friends, welcome to my channel Abha Debugger. We will write a program to find out addition of two-dimensional array in C programming language. These elements stored in these types of arrays are in the form of the matrices. For example, if I write integer a 4 3, this is a two-dimensional array having 4 number of rows and 3 number of columns. Now I will explain you how we can add two matrices. To add two matrices, then dimension of both matrices should be same. Dimension means number of rows and number of columns of both matrices should be same. Suppose that we want to add matrix A of dimension 3 by 3 and matrix B also of dimension 3 by 3, because if dimension is not same, we cannot add these matrices. 3 means number of rows, this 3 means number of columns. Elements of matrix A is 5 6 2 7 1 0 1 3 4, 3 by 3. Elements of second matrix is, now addition of these matrices, each element of matrix 1 will be added with corresponding element of matrix B. That is, first element of first row of matrix 1 will be added with first element of first row of matrix 2, means 5 plus 1. Second element will be added with second element, 6 plus 0. Similarly, third element will be added with third element, 2 minus 1, 1. Now 7 will be added with 2. This one will be added with this 3. 0 will be added with 4. 1 will be added with 5. 3 will be added with 7. And 4 will be added with 0. This thing is equal to 6 6 1 9 4 4 6 10 4. Resultant matrix will also of the same dimension as matrices A and B. Now we will write a program of addition of two-dimensional array in Turbo C compiler. Friends, whenever we write any program in C language, first of all we will include stdi.h header file, that is standard input output header file. This file contains various input output functions which we are using in a program. Next we will include conio.h header file. This header file contains several library functions for performing console input output. The purpose to declare these two header files is that we are using various library functions in a program, and definition of those library functions are in these header files. Now we will write main function from where execution of C program begins. Void means function is not returning any type value. Now here we will declare two-dimensional array whose addition we want to perform. Now one is the resultant array which is used to store sum of elements of these two arrays. Next we will declare variables. I and j variables are used to control for loop. R1 and C1 represent a number of rows and columns of matrix A. R2 and C2 represent number of rows and columns of matrix B. Next we will write library function clear screen. Definition of this function is in conio.h header file. This function is used to clear previous output from screen. Now printf function is used to display a message on screen. Enter number of rows and columns of matrix 1. Printf is an inbuilt library function available in stdi.h header file. It is used to print values onto output screen. Now scanf function is used to read values from keyboard. It is also library function. Its definition is in the stdio.h header file. Now we want to input two values. One is value of row 1, another is value of column 1. Similarly, we will enter number of rows and columns of matrix second. As I told you earlier that whenever we want to add two matrices, then dimension should be same. That is, number of rows of first matrix should equal to number of rows of second matrix, and number of column of first matrix should equal to number of column of second matrix. So we will check this condition using while loop. If this condition is not satisfied, then addition cannot be possible. So it will print message that addition cannot be possible. So a user has to enter values of row 1, column 1 and row 2, column 2 of both matrix again. Now we will enter elements of first array. Since it is a two-dimensional array, so we will use two for loops. One is for rows and other is for columns. This for loop will control rows of a matrix 1. Another for loop to control columns of matrix 1. Now similarly we will enter elements of matrix 2 using two for loops. So we will add these two matrices. /n is used so that message should be displayed in next line. Again, since we are adding two-dimensional matrices, so two for loops are used. C is the third matrix in which addition of elements of these two matrices are to be stored. As I told you earlier, whenever we will do addition, then the corresponding elements of first matrix will be added with the corresponding element of second matrix. That is, first element will be added with first element and second element will be added with second element. Now we will display the result again by using two for loops. This for loop will control row of a matrix. This printf is used for new line character so that after displaying first row of resultant matrix, control will come to the second row automatically. This for loop is used to control columns of a resultant matrix. Here I am using percentage 5d. It means 5 places are to be reserved for each element. This 5d is used only for formatting of a resultant matrix. Now we will close this. Here we are using getch to display output directly. First of all, I will compile this program. Compilation can be done using Alt+F9 keys. There is not any error. Now I will run this program. Program can be run using Ctrl+F9. Now we will enter the number of rows and columns of first matrix, number of rows and columns of second matrix. Since number of rows and columns of first matrix, second matrix is not same, so it will display a message, addition of matrix is not possible. Now it is again displaying the message to enter number of rows and columns of first matrix again. Let me enter 2 by 2 matrix. Rows of columns of second matrix, 2 by 2 matrix. Enter elements of first matrix. Enter elements of second matrix 2, 4, 5, 7. This is the output of addition of two matrices.